Pilipinas! Snatch Game ka na ba?
We apologize because we're late. Apparently, medyo busy lang ho ang OT3 ng mga nakaraang araw. A certain person na lang na nag-message sa atin from the production team of Drag Race Philippines. Thank you, ma'am. We don't have any permission to mention your name, but thanks very much for appreciating our mini reaction and review of Drag Race PH. Diba?
So true.
Oo. Let us support daw para daw may season 2.
Totoo naman kasi actually I'm still trying to search reaction videos or local reactors and I haven't really seen, if not plenty, then some. Sobrang konti pa ng local drag reactors. And kung sinusuportahan natin ang ating local drag queens, let's also support our local reactors.
And this is episode 6, right?
6, yes.
6.
And this is probably the heaviest episode.
Let's talk about Snatch Game muna, no? Philippine edition.
Pilipinas! Snatch Game ka na ba?
Tama rin naman. Pag-usapan natin isa-isa mga beso. Nakaka-excite. Pag-usapan muna natin si Brigiding as Elizabeth Ramsey.
Flop. Direct
flop for me.
Straight to the point.
And ikaw, why Blake? Ayaw mo?
Alam mo yung ginawa niya nung Divas, yun si Elizabeth Ramsey, hindi si Jaya yun. Tapos
Jaya as Elizabeth Ramsey yung ginawa niya.
True. Ako, I would say that this was, that I don't like it. That's my mark. Kasi, Elizabeth Ramsey, aside from, having those, nuances and mga little quirks and yung accent kasi, very specific ang Waray accent ni
Elizabeth Ramsey.
Ni Elizabeth Ramsey. Kumaga, doon siya Tsaka I haven't really heard her answer straight to the point. Very seriously. Parating babasagin niya.
Oh.
Siguro that for me.
Ako nga parang feeling ko, Blake, parang mas forgivable pa kung ang ginawa niya is slight Melay impersonation. Kasi that would be the borderline to, alam mo yun, papunta ka na nun kay Elizabeth Ramsey kung nagmelay-melay ka ng konti. So parang feeling ko medyo forgivable. Pero since wala siyang ginawang ganon, plakak. Anong yun?
Tama. Yeah. Naalala ko rin yung impersonation ni Melay sa Your Face Sounds Familiar of Elizabeth Ramsey. Yun ang kailangan gayahin.
Yes.
Ito yung miss opportunity ni Brigiding dito. Yung parang ginawa ni Jinx Monsoon. Sana kumanta siyang rolling on her.
Actually, yeah.
Kasi yung talagang very iconic piece na laging kinakanta ni Elizabeth Ramsey. Di ba siya nga yung rock and roll diva ng Pilipinas?
Tsaka Matt, for example, ikaw na wala kang capacity magsalita ng Waray or Bisaya, why would you opt for a character na magni-need ng accent twisting?
Actually.
Oh, yeah. I think, Blake, this is not Kasi parang di ba sabi ni Brigiding, hindi naglaland yung joke. Kasi definitely, at the very beginning, hindi naman niya na-personify or parang hindi niya na-isa-puso si Elizabeth Ramsey. So, it's a wrong choice from the very beginning, I guess.
Yeah. The choices, probably, yun ang pinaka-right word. Tatiana, choices. Kasi, yeah. That's it for me. That's why.
Well, we cannot expect every queen to excel sa Snatch Game. It's a napakahirap nito kasi it's a make or break. So,
siguro, eto Matt remember when Eva Queen said na one of her frustrations was that whenever she hosts drag shows in the Philippines, she always gets to be asked, ikaw, sino ka? Kasi very masterclass ang Filipinos when it comes to impersonating
Yeah.
Lalo na kapag pumasok ka nitong mga bar na to, always said, eto magaling yan si Kemi, maganito, eto magaling to, maganito. So ang naging tanong kay Eva was, sino ka? But Eva made it a point na magkaroon siya ng strong character.
Let's proceed with Precious as Ma'am Charo Santos Concho.
For me, at first, sobrang smart choice.
Sa choice, it was good for me.
ako smart choice siya kasi parang feeling ko kahit taga GMA kaya kilala mo si
Kilala
Mamcha
mo.
and tas nung habang nanonood ako, sabi ko, bakit ayaw niya mag-pull off na parang nagbabasa ng letter or
Okay.
sabi ko, oh my God, ang daming missed opportunity ng pagiging
Best.
ano niya, Charo Santos.
Ako, for me maliban sa naubusan siya ng baon at ng antique for Madam Charo, secondly, nalunod siya sa mga magagaling na may baon, like yung mga katabi niya.
Yes.
'Di ba?
Tapos yung mga smart jokes sana na parang you're acting like a CEO na, ayoko ng joke mo, wala ka ng show bukas.
Correct, mga ganon. Correct,
Oh
Harry.
my God, ang dami mong missed opportunity for Miss Charo.
Yung shtick kasi na ginawa ni Precious for Ma'am Charo was the side that we all know. Yung side ng maalaala mo kaya. Yun yung, sabi ko sana magpakailanman. Hindi pala ako. Maalaala mo kaya. Yun yung shtick na ginawa niya eh. Kaya siguro nahirapan siya na mag-level dun sa very, very strong characters such as Chris Aquino, and then you have Gloria Arroyo. So parang, very ano siya eh. So siguro, ewan ko probably I'm just trying to diagnose, baka mamaya, tinatry niyang magpaka-maalaala mo kaya, and then kapag nakipag-banter siya very strongly, masisira yung maalaala mo kaya image.
Tsaka best feeling ko na-back siya dun sa Nunal.
Oo, actually.
Na parang, never naman, ako sige, pwede mo gamitin yung Nunal joke for once.
Once.
Pero, parang Precious Fowler, medyo nagasgas yung Nunal hanggang dulo. Parang,
medyo
okay,
naubusan nga ng naubusan siya ng baon, definitely. And in the middle of the Snatch Game, she just faded.
True.
To think na yung editing, lahat pinapasok ng entries nila, walang cut-cut. So walang shady editing.
Bowl na nga eh.
One of the contestant na nagbumitaw sa character. Napansin ko din.
But tama naman si Eva Aquino, talagang Ma'am Charo na Ma'am Charo at na-embody naman yun ni Precious. It's just that sobrang powerful kasi ng impersonation ng mga kasama niya eh. So,
true. Siguro hindi naman siya super bottom. Yeah, I agree. Safe yung placement. I would agree with that.
Okay, tama. And then let's proceed naman kay Minty Fresh as Maria Sofia Love. Okay, ako magsisimula dito. So, with the choice, it's a nice choice. Pero, kailangan ko pang balikan kung sino nga ba si Maria Sofia Love because apparently, she's not that relevant anymore. She was just an internet sensation for like months, no? At yun yung masasabi natin na yun, medyo hindi na siya ngayon nakikita sa social media. Hindi na siya putok na putok. So, she's forgettable and thus,
though best, ang maganda kasi sa ang tawag dito, sa Drag Race is you have your judges na talagang alam na alam yung circle ng drag community or gay community. So technically, sabi nga ni even 'di ba, nag-comment si Silhouette dun sa parang small banter niya kay that was Maria Sofia Love, yung parang nag-delusion na. So parang ako, ang maganda kasi sa Drag Race, meron kang judge na alam kung sino talaga si Maria Sofia Love. So technically, kayang-kaya mong dalhin. Hindi kasi to na, wala kasi to sa sa audience impact mo. Gets mo? Like, yung audience na tayo na nanonood, na hindi mo naman kailangan yung namin, approval namin.
Okay.
So, technically, kaya mo sanang i-slay siya through the judges na kung feeling ko alam din naman nila si Maria Sofia Love. So, was opportunity din talaga for me.
Ako naging letdown siya sa akin. Kasi, wait lang. First and foremost, let me put it on the table. Hindi ko kilala si Maria Sofia Love.
Ayun na nga.
Hindi mo napanood yung yung the guesting niya.
Harry, that's what I'm saying eh. Baka yung judges hindi rin familiar masyado kay Maria Sofia Love. Kasi ako nga mismo, na pinanood siya ng pinanood noon, nalimutan ko kung paano nga ba yung mannerisms niya maliban sa nagmumura siya at saka lasing siya.
I've probably heard of her, pero meron naman kasing characters that you technically don't know them, pero the banter could have made it up or could have made up for it. Or, better yet, ikaw yung magpakilala sa akin kung sino si Maria Sofia Love and make it funny. Kaso wala Minty died.
Blake, for example lang sa US Drag Race si Little Eddie.
Yeah.
Mga hindi ko yan mga kilala, di ba? Pero sobrang funny. Di ba?
True.
True.
So
Mga
parang
ganon.
yung mga ganon, Judge Judy, kumaga, maraming may kilala kay Judge
Kay
Judy,
Judge
but during
Judy.
the time that I was watching Judge Judy, hindi ko siya kilala.
Tama.
So parang, actually, you could even take a reference as old as Mary the Queen of Scots.
True.
Na parang, pero gets mo, the one thing that you have to do is make it funny. Yun lang naman yun eh. And I think that's for me the biggest failure na admittedly si Minty, alam niyang parang ito yung weakness niya.
Anong nangyari, Bes? May remnants pa ng Miss Bichesa from
True. At saka pati ito yung, I think Minty gave up. In the middle of the snatch game. I think she gave up. Kasi kitang-kita mo naman na parang, I won't make jokes, I will just answer.
True.
One of her options though was Sasa Girl. I think yun yung medyo fresh sa ala-ala ng lahat ngayon eh. So that could have been an option, though I don't know, not that I'm boxing Minty, kaso lang feeling ko may hirapan siguro siya i-pursue si Sasa kasi very very bagra si Sasa eh. On the other hand, Minty is very prim and proper.
At saka mayaman si Minty eh. I can see eh, di ba?
Actually, nung nahihirapan na si Minty about kay Maria Sofia Love, doon na pumasok yung mga character na sabi ko, ang daming kontrabida na like take for example si Jean
Garcia.
Oo.
Like
or kaya ganito, Bes.
Galit, tapos lagi kang may ipapakidnap. Yung ganung character sana.
Why not Miss Minchin? Di ba mataray naman talaga siya?
Actually.
Ba't di na siya ging Miss Minchin, di ba? Okay. Sayang Minty fresh, but you know, you parang alam naman niya eh.
You know,
parang,
with yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about Marina Summers as Gloria Macapagal Arroyo.
Akala ko magdo-double badge talaga.
Girl, eto talaga, pagdadasal ko talaga ang safety mo, Marina Summers.
Bakla, mag-donate kayo sa GCash ni Marina Pampiansa. Kinakabahan ako ate kasi when she heard that it was a snatch game, bumangon talaga siya.
Oo. Because I snatched the presidency not once,
but twice because I'm the baddest bitch in the game.
Yan, ito ito yung impersonation na pinag-aralan, pinag-isipan, at na-embody niya talaga si Gloria. So, my God, sa totoo lang although funny rin naman yung mga susunod na girls at may stand out din for me and sentimental favorite, for me this is ito yung na-nail from start to finish. Ito yung na-nail na impersonation na parang kahit gumamit siya ng mga fresh gay lingos or fresh mga terminologies, Gen Z terminologies.
Siguro kasi ako with Marina Summers as PGMA, ang nangyari kasi as kinakabahan ako for Marina kasi nagamit niya na yung cha-cha, nagamit niya na yung snatch, nagamit niya na yung wheelchair. Parang meron pa ba? And girl, she delivered. From start to finish, andun yung jokes. And ito yung gusto ko kay Marina, walang umulit na joke.
Tama.
Walang umulit na joke.
I am sorry.
That could be a tendency na parang ang pag wala kang masabi, I am sorry. That could have been the case, but it was not for Marina. Every time na babatuhin siya, may bago siyang i-introduce na GMA. Alam mo, GMA yun eh. And grabe, galing ni Marina.
Ang galing nga niya, kahit nung binangga siya ni Rufa May, parang meron pa rin siya, parang
pero diba sa niya, that was great.
Now, let's move to the queen, evil queen as go, Rufa May Quinto.
It was funny, pero I felt like it could have been pushed so much further. I mean,
okay.
This is Rufa May kasi.
Feeling ko Blake si ang nangyari kay Evil la Queen. Parang tama na yung yung mga ingredients niya kay pero hindi siya nag-conscious effort sa boses, which we know ang laki ng points when it comes to boses ni Rufa May.
Parang ang pagganap niya ng Rufa May, it was on point sa mga
behavior.
Pero tama kayo dun sa boses parang nag-expect pa ako kasi si Rufa May, di ba pag nag-guest siya kay Tito Boy dun sa Boy Abundant Way, kita mo talaga yung talagang parang nag-i-inhale, exhale siya talaga, di ba parang may gano'n. May stretch. Siya kasi
Oo.
parang
Tsaka,
refined. Pero I must
na-limit,
say,
na-limit kasi siya dun sa mga go, which is like, okay, after that, ano nang sunod? Parang, though she did good, she did really great for me. It's just that, parang I was looking for that extra spice na dadalhin niya, bring it the extra mile. Yun lang ako siguro, kaya parang,
bro,
I knew she wasn't gonna win in contrast with PGMA. So,
Okay.
yun yung naging ano ko for me.
But for me, she did very well. She did very well. Okay, let's move on to Venus Deluxe as Chris Aquino and Tito Boy.
Okay, sige, let me start. This was not the first that this was done on Snatch Game. Actually, season 8 winner Bob the Drag Queen did 2 characters. Bigla siyang nagkaroon ng switch, which was a successful kasi si Bob
At
yung nanalo.
saka si Cher changing wigs in the middle
Sure,
of the
changing wigs. The Chris was good. Actually, na-realize ko nga nung parang sabi ko, parang nakakairita na si Vinyas. And then I realized,
ganun si Chris.
There are instances that she could really get into your head na parang, oo nga, annoying na. So parang, for me, she embodied that. Plus, ang dami niyang baon. She had Feng Shui, she had Snatch Game ka na ba, and then she had, wala lang siyang segunda mano atang, pero you know,
tama. Beso, excuse me lang ha, before we proceed pa sa ibang comment natin kay Vinyas. Alam mo, very evident dito talaga yung banter niya with Silhouette. I just have to mention, no, do you think sumobra siya sa banter as Chris Aquino muna ha? Kasi kay Boy Abunda na was the flop era. Parang yung pagbagsak ng kanyang impersonation eh. Pero do you think too much yung, of course Chris is annoying and she thinks that she's the center of the universe na hindi pwedeng hindi siya magsalita. So masyado niya na-embody na parang kinakain na nga ba niya yung airtime or tinatalo na nga ba niya?
Hindi best. Ako kasi, I don't know, siguro baka pagiging optimistic ko to.
Si Vicky, ako
I
kasi
mean, I was looking at the bright side na ano ka ba?
I get it, Harry, pero
it's an opportunity for you as well na mag-banter. Ang hirap din ng walang banter, ha?
Kasi nung pinapanood ko siyang mag-isa, I really felt the tension before pa man i-brought up sa...
True.
I don't know, ha? Siguro na dahil nga lahat ng Snatch Game pinanood ko kasi siya lang naman yung favorite segment ko talaga of all time. I really felt tension talaga kasi banter is it's a give and take. Kahit sa ating tatlo, pag nagre-react tayo, it's a give and take. Saluhin mo ko, sasaluhin kita mamaya. Diba? Pero I really felt that binabasag niya yung character ni Vicky Bello. Even before man na-recognize sa editing or dun sa mga comments nila.
Ako, what I felt about that is, honestly and this is my honest take, while we get the idea that that was an opportunity for Silhouette to banter, hindi yun yung initial kong na-feel eh. Kasi sometimes, pwede mo kasing maging excuse na binibigyan na nga kita ng banter eh. But I think, during that moment, ikaw yung nagigit-git na parang, tama na, parang okay na eh. Parang, tsaka parang gets mo, it was always directed at Silhouette. Hindi
Tama.
na siya halos nakibanter sa ibang queens eh.
Si GMA din na niya kinausap.
You know, that could have been a banter. Parang, di ba kasunod mo yung kapatid ko?
Oo.
Parang,
diba?
that could have been as well a case na parang for me, I felt Silhouette at that moment. She wasn't acting up.
At saka pati, pero let's remember, no, baka nauubusan na akong bakla ka, nauubusan na ako ng banter sa'yo or mabato sa'yo.
Though, invisibly, that also paved way na parang makabanat nga naman si Dr. Vicky Bello, si Silhouette as Dr. Vicky Bello. Pero alam mo yun, parang it was bordering disrespectful na.
Yeah, totoo naman. But we see things differently talaga. Like ako, for me lang din talaga, parang na-sense ko na nag-fire up si Silhouette because of that.
Pero best, ako talaga naghahanap talaga ako ng validation sa ibang opinion na parang, ako talaga naranasan, naramdaman ko doon yung, alam mo yung sa mga bakla at saka yung gay competitiveness na parang aansyahin kita, Silhouette, ganon.
True.
But okay, let's go back, no. So from the switch from Ate Chris to Tito Boy, do you think it was a good idea to do double characters in the middle of the unang-una fail kasi nung pinapalit niya pa yon, tumigil pala yung buong production kasi
It
na-shock
was
yung
very
mga,
sloppy.
it was very sloppy, poor execution, sorry.
Pero,
Sobra.
And pag Tito Boy niya, boom. Hindi ka Tito Boy, parang si yung robot.
Mm-mm.
Si Maria
sa
the
Snatch
robot.
game,
Mm-mm.
sa Snatch game kasi, there are instances na pwede ka naman talagang magpalit. Kumbaga, hindi naman i-air sa camera yun eh. Pero girl, don't make it as if na parang lahat buong titigil, parang sa ilalim ka magpalit. Hindi naman yung, nakabangon ka, or hindi ko alam kung gaano kalaki yung espasyo sa ilalim. Pero sana you have thought of that. Kung ilalaban mo pa, that's your snappy thinking na eh. Yung atake sa'yo, kung makakapagpalit ka ba sa ilalim without taking the attention from everyone. Kasi parang the mere fact na dun ka nagpalit ka lang ng itim na kamukha mo pa si isa sa Gumburza kaysa si Tito Boy.
Yeah.
Akala ko nga best maglalabas siya ng iPhone eh, tapos magbebenta.
Steve Jobs.
Kapunta na siya kay Steve Jobs kanina.
Akala ko talaga Gumburza siya, tapos hihiwain yung niya, yung
Wala siyang effort dun sa boses.
I think
gusto niya lang talagang i-impersonate na Chris and Boy was a tandem before.
Tama.
Pero hindi mo girl nadala. Kakainis.
Tama. Pero in Vinia's case, do you think that she's overthinking things and overdoing things and taking too much risk na it is really detrimental sa kanyang standing sa Drag Race?
You know what? I hate to say this, pero she is the perfect example of a queen who has peaked from the start and is slowly
Going down.
Sino
going
ba
down na talaga.
Queen na naka-realize niya na parang, oh my God, si Precious, di ba? You could be at the top from at the beginning and then
madaming queen sa Drag Race US franchise na sa Drag Race US na similar sa kanya. And sabi ko, oo nga, ganun nga yung nangyayari sa kanya. Parang ano nangyari? Parang ang galing mo eh. Parang magkakasunod na nasa ibabaw ka eh. And then parang ngayon nagka-crumble ka. Feeling ko ito na yung nagka-crumble due to pressure.
Yep.
Kasi ang taas din naman siguro na expectation sa kanya ng start. Na gusto niyang i-level. Kaya lang, girl, no, rest. Parang ganun.
parang sayang nga eh. Sabi nga ng ibang queens, ibalik mo na si Chris. Bumalik ka na lang as Chris, di ba? But it's too late because Mama Silhouette is in for a vengeance. Charis.
True. Actually. May mga missed opportunity nga daw sila na parang sana tinawag niya si Vicky Bello na yung multo sa I don't know kung anong palabas yun sa
Pungsoy.
sa Pungsoy ata na parang si Lotus Pete o di pa parang
there were natakot siya.
there were missed opportunities din. So I agree.
Pero sa totoo lang kung iisipin dapat pala si Silhouette yung nag-double character as Vicky Bello and as Lotus Pete.
Di ba?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's go to Silhouette as Vicky Bello. The choice, mga best.
The choice for me initially nung ang Vicky Bello, actually kinabahan ako for her. Kasi knowing Silhouette na to hindi ko alam kung ano yung Hindi ko alam kung anong ammunition set nito ni Silhouette eh. Though nakita ko na siya two times na nasa acting. One was with Pilita Corrales and then the other one was Miss Kabugera. So alam kong may ibubuga si bakla. Pero ito, she went for Vicky Bello na kabugera pero timid ang personality. Tsaka girl, walang personality si Dr. Vicky Bello. Nakikita mo lang siya nag-recommend ng product. Parang sabi ko, paano? Paano niya? Pero,
okay. I think
tama yung ginawa niya.
Tama. Kasi ganito yung ang ka-brilliance ng ginawa ni Silhouette, no? If you don't watch Vicky Bello on her vlogs, you wouldn't get an idea talaga on how she normally is. I mean, makikita mo si Dr. Vicky Bello talaga na parang pinasasalamatan ng mga artista at saka mga small interactions na pwede mong mapanood sa TV at sa social media. So, you have this peak or meron kang pasilip kung sino si Dr. Vicky Bello, no? But you see her as a picture. You see her as doktora. So parang si Silhouette did not overdo things and do yung mga TikTok dance ni Dr. Bello. She just paused and kinuha niya yung napapansin ng karamihan ng tao kay Dr. Vicky Bello, which is, I pardon me Dr. Bello ha, yung kindat, yung mata, 'di ba? At yung stiffness ng muka na pwedeng i-attribute sa Botox. So parang brilliant Silhouette, walang hindi matutuwa doon sa impersonation. And mind you, nandun yung manager ni Dr. Vicky Bello.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Si Sir George.
Pero ako, probably, like, sobrang nagustuhan ko din kay yung ni Silhouette kay Dr. Vicky Bello. But, talagang, for me, the Snatch Game was for Marina.
Ay! Nagbitaw ka kaagad, Bessie?
Ako, yun lang yung ko. I mean,
yeah, that's actually the debate na ongoing.
Parang
Siguro
pareho kami ni BJ Pascual doon na parang, kasi parang naramdaman ko yung pagka-comment ni BJ Pascual na during the critic na parang
sige, Harry,
best talaga niya for is si Marina.
I respect that view, pero ika-clarify ko lang, without the runway or without the next part of the show, of the episode, you think Marina should have won sa Snatch Game lang, ha?
Yes.
Sa Snatch Game lang.
No, I disagree.
How about you, Blake? Sino sa tingin mo yung dapat manalo sa Snatch Game alone?
Silhouette deserved the win. Why? Let me break it down to you, ha. Number one, Dr. Vicky Bello is someone who's not funny. And for you to be able to make it funny on Snatch Game, delivering banters na hindi naman talaga ginagawa ni Dr. Vicky Bello, but it seemed as if she was saying that, right? That was already the top for me sa larong yun. Pangalawa, PGMA and Rufa May Quinto are characters na gasgas na sa impersonation. Ang dami ng gumagawa nito. Hindi number one si Marina Summers sa pag-PGMA. Let's admit that. There are far better people who have impersonated PGMA and Rufa May Quinto. So parang, where's the challenge?
Tama.
Kasi a lot of people are doing it already. So parang ako, is it an easy way to go? Is it an easy escape?
Tama.
Whereas, sino ang gumaya kay Dr. Vicky Bello?
Ganito yung Blake, I totally agree with you and yun yung gusto ko ring ipunto, no, na parang yung pagiging PGMA ni Marina Summers was from Ate Glo.
Yeah.
Yung ongso, di ba? Although it was a brilliant impersonation of GMA herself, the ex-president, it was already been played many times. And the impersonation of GMA, even during her term, was a normalcy. I mean, hindi na wala si Ate Glo until naka-marry ng afam. Pero, I see Ate Glo impersonation in her. Same siguro pag may gumawa ng Nora Honor. Hindi mo pwedeng alisin yung makikita mo si Terry.
I'm basing lang naman yung reaction ko kanina. Like, parang ako,
pero I think,
nakangiti naman ako at saka, nakangiti ako. Probably kay Silhouette, pag nagjo-joke siya. But, never lang ako sigurong napahalakhak. Like, Marina did.
Tama, ganito,
like
Harry.
What Marina did.
I think I get where you're coming from because you were entertained and we all are. But if we're going to take into considerations yung mga circumstances at saka yung mga challenge nila parang as a judge, Silhouette is the clear winner for me sa Snatch Game.
Yeah.
So
kasi it's basically like in a race, hindi kayo same footing Si Silhouette nagsimula from the start talaga. Whereas for me, Marina and Evil Queen started middle na ng track. Kasi meron na kayong may material na kayo. Whereas on the other hand, Silhouette had to think of the material and how to utilize the material to make it work for her. That's just how I saw it. Kasi if we're gonna be comparing it to the season 5. Sige, season 5 naman talaga ng Drag Race ang pinakamahirap It was just like little Edie. Sino si Little Edie? And bakit si Jinx ang nanalo? Kasi napakilala niya si Little Edie and she made Little Edie really funny. Whereas meron ka ng Lady Bunny kay Alaska. So I mean, for the Drag Race youngins, hindi nyo makikilala yun. Pero for me, that's the essence of Snatch Game Masterclass, na mapapakilala mo yung isang character, how you make them funny. Yun lang yung for me. That's why I really think Silhouette deserved to win.
Yeah. So overall sa Snatch Game, ang masasabi ko lang, it's too long. I mean, of course I did enjoy it. I enjoy it. Pero
wait lang. Hari, ikaw, as a first time na manood talaga ng Drag Race na Snatch Game, nahabaan ka ba?
Nahabaan, at the same time walang laugh out loud moment sa akin.
'Di ba? Imagine first time yung manood.
Yung parang talagang mahagalpak na ako sa tawa. Walang ganung factor. So, for me, medyo sana talaga magkaroon ng season 2. And then, pag nagka-Snatch Game, sana talaga lahat ng queens maging ready sa challenge na to.
Ito in the era of TikTok and fast entertainment, di ba, yung sobrang bilis, ay attention span ng mga tao, maikli.
Even YouTube is going for shorts.
Tama.
We're doing this kasi, di ba, lumelevel tayo sa international drag scene. Hindi naman tayo ang nagpauso ng drag race eh. May kalaban na tayong franchises sa ibang bansa and we're trying to level with them. Kaya natin napapansin yung mga ganito. The standard has been set. The wheel is fine. It's perfectly working well. So parang, bakit hindi na lang sana natin kinuha yung concept na yun? And then, doon tayo nag-test ng waters kasi yun yung familiar na sa mga drag race fans talaga. That for me lang yung very, very big miss sa editing ng buong production.
Saka I think naman yung comment natin about the editing was a purely a consumer feedback talaga. Kasi tayo nagpo-consume nung nila content nila. So parang feeling ko sobrang right natin, we have the right talaga to say na ang haba po. Medyo nagdadaldaw ng konti yung So, I think we have the right naman to say that kahit na nanonood na nga yung ibang staff sa atin.
Guys, what can you say about Brigading? For me, it was promise na panood ko na to. Kahit sa high school,
I don't like it.
Hindi.
If I'm going to rely on the reveal keme ng na to, edition na to, parang ako, God, yun na yun, girl. I don't like it.
Ako, dun sa reveal, I think, alalahanin lang natin na nasa Drag Race Philippines kayo. Yun lang yun. Diba?
Okay. Ikaw, Blake, like, anong ini-expect mo pa sana? Ako, may ini-expect pa talaga ako doon sa suot ni Brigading na parang nung hindi na nangyari, talagang I don't like it.
From Marina Summers, even though, di ba yung iba parang, okay, wala masyadong pasabog, pero that's Marina Summers. But this one, a flat Marina Summers. Parang, girl, you already, snatch the Snatch Game once, but now, with that, not twice. Definitely.
Pero, I don't like it as well, kasi, may problem si Marina sa length, no? Sa length ng damit parate. Actually, on point yung sinasabi ni Pao na if you wanna go short, go short. If you wanna go long, go long. Like, really long.
True.
This has been an ongoing theme dun sa ibang damit niya. Some of her dresses I like. Siguro, it's just some of her dresses talaga parang there is a tendency na hindi yung ang tawag dito yung length, which is what for me ito yung naging flop palalo na parang gets ko nagpalit ka ng tela pero hindi ba parang mas naging cheap yung tela after.
Correct. Okay. With Minty Fresh, I agree with Pao, napakaliit ng chains. Kung yun yung tema mo, kung yun yung theme ng iyong reveal. Okay, sorry Minty Fresh, pero I know you are a high fashion queen, high couture, avant-garde. Ano yung avant-garde? Ano yung best?
Avant-garde.
Avant-garde. But this one,
ako naging fail siya sa akin ng sobra. Siguro partly because of the expectations with Minty din eh. Plus, siguro the essence of a reveal is pag ganito siya, pag maliit, damit pa rin siya.
Pero hindi, Minty kasi
like yan, one, kumbaga both dependent clauses siya kung sentence ito. Like parehas, kapag ito lang yung sinuot ko, it's still an outfit. Pero with that covered up, parang saan mo susuot yan?
Oo.
At tapos pag ni-reveal mo, yung ni-reveal pa niya, lalo kung hindi na-gets, anong point mo, Minty, dito sa damit na to? Where are you going? Yun lang naman yun yung naging comment ko talaga. So parang siya, kung si Marina, hindi niya na-nail yung top spot, si Minty Fresh, na-nail niya yung bottom two.
I love the effort and I love the attempt of Precious talaga to reveal.
Ako okay lang naman ako doon sa pagka-reveal, yung transition. Pero gusto kong hugutin yung dilaw na tela.
Ay,
True.
Gusto kong hugutin. Parang ako, ano yan, si Flario na medyo parang, girl,
Medyo hilaw
may,
pa.
Dyan, may dilaw pa, may hilaw na part. hindi natusta masyado.
but definitely hindi naman ako napangitan ha.
Ako
Nagandahan ako.
actually, gusto ko, si Precious yung nakakuha ng essence ng reveal. But
Oo.
honestly, for me, both dresses ang pangit. Hindi ko gusto yung Flareon, hindi ko gusto yung Eevee. Parang for me, I don't know, it just did not work for me, both dresses. Lalo na yung Flareon na parang, I did not, eto pa Matt, meron kasi naging ongoing discussion kasi BJ Pascual actually posted this that during the time of the filming, wala talagang budget din yung Queens kasi the
I heard
bars are
also that.
closed. While we understand that, siguro ako ang viewing public point of view ko lang is sometimes hindi natin nakikita yung behind the camera, what went on. Siguro what we only see, that's why we comment really harsh, or that's why we're commenting really hard, is because ito lang yung nakita natin eh.
But yun ang realidad talaga. When you open the curtains, it's open for public consumption and public criticism. Yun yung malungkot. Kaya yun ang malungkot kapag nasa production ka. At alam mo yan, di ba? If may lae, talaga you take it personally. But at the end of the day kasi talaga, you really have to take it all in. Di ba? That's part of the thrill eh. Of course, if you want to be recognized as sobrang ganda ng iyong production, you get all the glory. Di ba? Napakataas ang benepisyo mo if you appeared on TV. So the price you pay of appearing on TV is that you get to get criticized. But pag titingnan mo pabaliktad, if they achieve it, di ba? And the people don't care how you made it, but you made it, then you get all the glory.
Exactly.
You see, all the queens are getting all the recognition and glory that they truly deserve. So I don't think dapat ma-dishearten sila. Dapat nga matuwa pa sila. Even like the shoes. No?
Siguro yun yung naging ongoing discussion talaga na parang I really wanted to comment on BJ Pascual when he said that. Siguro it's just that a-appear ka kasi talaga sa TV eh. Part of the deal you made is a part of the deal that you signed for is you will really get critiqued no matter what you present on the runway. Tama. Siguro yun lang.
No matter the pero I appreciate BJ Pascual for giving us this backstory that gives alam mo yun, added sa atin perspective. Yeah, added perspective na okay, we know that thanks for letting us know. But we're the viewing public and plus we're a reactor. So okay, next dress. Oh my God. I agree with Jiggly Caliente. At saka sa totoo lang ha, I get it on the latter part of the comment. Parang nga talagang cheap fabric na duster.
Actually, hindi ko alam. Parehang damit, ayoko. Pati yung ilalim niya na may glitter-glitter, parang, inspiration mo doon, Vinyas. Hindi ko talaga siya nagusto. Hindi ko siya gusto, especially the way na ni-reveal niya. Tapos yung buhok niya, alam mo nang maibabagsak ang buhok kasi nakikita na yung blonde dito eh, sa gilid. So parang, okay, I know it's going down. Parang sana kapag may mga reveal, unexpected kung saan huhugutin.
Hindi yun na lang. Hindi yung tinapal.
True. Hindi yung parang paparating pa lang alam mo na.
Tama. And parang I get it na yung damit na pinalit niya, yung parang sinabi nga ni Jiggly na duster. Parang duster. I get it eh. This is a runway and you don't expect to see summer wear, kung gusto mong summer wear or home wear in the runway.
True. It's very off the rack.
And parang pag magbabasihan mo yung dalawang look, parang mas appropriate yung una.
True.
Sana pala ni-remove na lang niya yung duster tapos yung original dress niya pala yung second look.
I agree.
Pero it will, tama, I agree with you, Blake. Flat pa din. I mean, okay, what I can say about Silhouette, sa totoo lang, yung Tina Turner niya kasi it's too slim. Ay parang walang bulkiness. So parang yung, ano marireveal mo pa dyan, Silhouette? Real talk. Ano marireveal mo na naka-skirt ka as Tina Turner, yung ganun yung wig mo, tapos sobrang slim tingnan. So there's not gonna be a tree reveal at first look.
True. Sobrang lapat na lapat siguro sa katawan niya nun, na tipong may na-reveal pa siya at nakatatlo si bakla.
At saka sobrang risky ha. Baka mamaya malaglag yung middle garment or yung third reveal niya, mawala
True.
bigla, di ba? So it was a nice execution. There's a risk and there's a reveal.
Yeah.
Ikaw, Harry.
Ako, yun nga. For me, ang pinakang gusto kong highlight is yung totally different na reveal. Like, katulad nun, yung Tina Turner na buhok, tapos
Naging pageantera.
yung parang akala mo manglalamon na babae, tapos biglang, parang naging onion, naging balat sibuyas na babae bigla, ganun.
From Tina
parang ang
Turner.
ganda.
At saka ang ganda nung kanyang, nung kanyang pasok ng Tina Turner na parang nahanginan. Alam mo yon, nanigas. Parang Dr. Belong Turner. Tapos pagdating sa dulo, Julia Barreto.
Mga ganun.
Ako, it was not my favorite reveal. Probably for this, pero I wouldn't really say na parang in love ako sa It was just probably the best in the bunch. Parang yun na lang siguro yung magiging comment ko.
Parang
hindi ako particularly amazed. To be completely honest. Pero from the bunch that we've seen, I think ito na. Okay, ito na yung the best.
Yeah.
Best. What can you say about Eva the Queen doing an MMDA art?
It was nice. Siguro ako ha. Ang reference ko kasi ng MMDA way back high school is the colors pink and blue. Hindi ako familiar dun sa bagong
Bayani Fernando.
Bayani Fernando. Tama.
Bayani Fernando era pa to. So hindi ako familiar dun sa bagong MMDA art na pinakita ni
parang parang may ang tawag dito, street art.
Definitely not the first. We've seen this in Drag Race Thailand, also Alexander McQueen. So for me, it was good naman.
Like the burst thing? Yun ba yun?
Oo, yeah.
Bini-burst talaga?
Yes,
hindi siya burst. Ang ganda sana kung ako lang ang pinakang makakapagpawaw na lang sa akin talaga is yung pagkababa nung unang tela. Yung tapos nagawa niya ng paraan na parang pagkababa ng tela, may pumutok lahat na tumutulo unti-unti. Yung parang habang naglalakad siya, tumutulo unti-unti. Tapos nung punta niya, nung tumulo na halos sa baba, tapos doon na siya gumanda ng pose. Yun lang yung pinakang wow factor sana sa akin.
Yeah, I
agree. Nga lang, hindi ako fan nung tinutusok-tusok niya yung sarili niya doon. So parang feeling ko, okay, cringy for me. For me lang.
Okay.
Hindi ako fan ng ganon. Yung pinipilit.
Tama. I think na parang for me, because of what we saw earlier, nag-stand out yung last two sa dulo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Parang nag-stand out si Silhouette at nag-stand out yung effort ni Eva the Queen sa dulo.
True.
Diba?
True.
So, alam naman na natin ang resulta, no? Okay, let's talk quickly about, bilisan na lang natin dahil napahaba tayo, no? Pero let's talk about quickly sa naging result. Unang-una muna, the safe queen, the only initial safe queen is Precious Paula Nicole. Do you think she deserves the safe spot? Wow, deserve.
Alam mo, the surprise ako that there was a queen safe. Sabi nga ni Precious, first time to. Kasi Matt, when we come down to either 8 or 7, lahat yan kinikriticize na.
Yes.
So parang ako, sana yung effort ng Snatch Game ninyo na sobrang haba, sana binuhos nyo, nakriticize nyo na rin si Precious.
Kaya tuloy nagkameron kayo ng napakalaking sayang na sa Untuck.
Totoo, kasi parang
you let the queen do Untuck solo for
by
the first
herself.
time. By herself.
I don't know if it was staging I don't know if it was staging a moment for Precious na makilala pa ng tao kasi that could have been the case eh. Pero for me, it was more of like, sana krinitik na lang si Precious kasi wala pa ako nakikitang masamang sinasabi ng judges kay Precious eh. Sa totoo lang. Even yung pop of atin niya, may sinabing off na parang, may sinabing off pero may bawi agad sila kay Precious eh. So parang, are we preserving Precious for something? Yun lang yung napapansin ko ha. And
Oy, tama, ngayon ko lang na-realize yan na. Kasi parang we were parang waiting for a critique sa dress ni Precious pero ang kinritik yung kanyang mini challenge or yung, 'di ba? May ganung
sa totoo
episode.
lang,
Yeah.
parang always
Yung sari manok
I
niya,
don't
we
know,
were expecting then for a
hindi-
comment from the
Oo,
judge.
exactly, yung yung kalesa, not sari manok. Parang,
yeah.
bakit hindi
Yung kalesa
niyo
na naging
dinarat si
sari manok.
Precious?
Mm-mm.
And the viewing public actually criticized Precious for wearing that pink.
Blake, are you alone with that observation or medyo nagkakameron na rin ng questions sa Drag Race Philippines community sa Twitter, sa
I don't know if
Facebook?
ako yung nagiging if ako yung nagiging noise whistleblower. Hindi ko ewan ko ha. I'm not saying something. I love Precious. Like, I'm always team Precious. Pero a call out needs to be done when a call out needs to be done.
Tama. Yan yung sinasabi ko nung una pa lang, 'di ba? Nung Regine moment na parang I think the judges needed to wake up. Hindi si Minty
Yeah.
Fresh ang dapat mag-wake up. Sometimes
Para kasi-
siguro ang
production
tanggalin nyo muna
favorite
yung
si Precious.
personal behind the scenes relationship nyo with these girls and queens and start to really act as a judge. I mean, sorry. Really.
Yeah.
Baka sabihin nila mag-apply tayo. Okay, I will apply. Accept us.
True.
Serve ni Silhouette yan. I don't know the fuzz on why they think that Marina was robbed. But let us not forget her runway. Hindi ko mag-gets yung mga keki or yung mga fans dun sa Twitter na nagsasabi na parang deserve ni Marina yung spot even though she disappointed us in the runway. Hindi po ganun yung laro. 'Di ba?
Mm-mm.
May pintas.
Mm-mm.
Diba?
Oy, kanina,
Ako-
kahit naman ako, sinuportahan ko si Marina as my top talaga dun sa Snatch Game. I agree naman na si Silhouette dapat to.
Ako siguro lang ha.
Oo, I mean, overall.
Madaming tanong parang ewan ko nga naloloka ako, bakit ang dami daw, paano daw dapat ba ginajudge ang runway? Paano ba dapat ginajudge ang Maxi Challenge? Actually, kung nanonood po kayo ng buong franchise, wala pong formula. Hindi ito katulad
Exactly.
ng mga pageant ninyo na 50% runway, 50%
Tapos may
Maxi
eliminate
Challenge.
before mag-proceed sa next part. Hindi po
Yeah.
Sa
ganoon.
true. Ang ito lang yun Ang iisipin mo parati dyan, ang nananalo is always the person that makes good TV. Kung halimbawa dramatic tong panalo na to at magkikreate to ng fuss online, effective ang ginagawa ng Drag Race.
True.
Gumagawa siya ng ingay. And for me, that is already something na kung walang specific criteria ang pagkapanalo mo. Kaya lang na-judge. Kasi halimbawa ako, i-justify ko na si Silhouette ang nanalo. Kasi that's my perspective. You can justify that Marina Summers won for you, pero there will be a talk, and who won? The production. Yun lang. Yun na lang siguro iniisip ko, parang walang specific
Parang
criteria ang judging.
At the end of the day, kung sino yung naka-nail ng both challenges. Since wala ngang 50% o walang 50%, parang kung i-score natin ng 1 ang bawat isang maxi challenge, Silhouette got 1 with Vicky Bello. Marina Summers got 1 as GMA. But in the runway, Silhouette got another
Got
1. And then Marina Summers, no.
Got 0.
0. So, di ba, you see the logic. So, I don't know. I know they're your favorite, but do not take away the glory from a queen who truly deserves the win.
True naman.
Sure.
Di ba? Kasi no matter how Marina Summers nailed GMA, Silhouette also nailed Vicky Bello. She did not fail on that.
I guess siguro that's the benefit na wala tayong connection sa mga queens.
True. We don't answer.
Kasi wala tayo.
Wala tayong
Actually,
any personal biases na, hoy, na-meet ko si Marina Summers. So, sobrang galing ng batang yan.
I think let's give this to Silhouette and let's watch her again next week. Parang let's end this episode and then let's just move on from Silhouette being the winner. Now let's talk about the lip sync battle of Brigading and the Minty Fresh sa paborito nating kanta na Ama Kabugera by Maymay and Trata. I think this is Blake, sinabi mo dati gusto mo mapakinggan yung Ama Kabugera. I don't know if sa pageant or sa lip sync battle. But
sorry, I did not enjoy this. Ama Kabugera should have been done by Turing and Lady Morgana.
100% true. Parang gustong-gusto ko makita kung paano gagawin ni Turing ang Ama Kabugera.
Alam mo yun, for me nasayang yung kanta. For me lang.
Ako nga nung una, kahit na alam kong nag-double shante kasi napakinggan ko nga na may nag-double shante this week. As I watching it, parang ako,
parang dapat double elimination to.
Parang kailangan may uwi. Parang ganun ako.
Okay, Harry.
Nag-joke pa ako sa sarili ko, baka mabago yung decision pag ako yung nanood.
Hindi, ako ito na lang Kung may dapat umuwi, kung hindi dalawa ang papauwi, at least isa, okay?
True.
Kung hindi dalawa talaga.
I would have preferred a double elimination than I know, tama naman. Ito, isa pa ha. Critic natin sa judging panel. Oo, Brigading talaga is a in-demand performer outside. But that's not what we're seeing in the Drag Race. Yeah. So, ganito, Blake. Ito, tanong ko sa iyo, Blake, ha. Just because ba Precious and Brigading is doing very well outside, you know na may ibubuga pa siya. Pero pero the other queens were eliminated because hindi nila naipakita. Just like Prince. I was expecting so much, even Corazon si Cheche. I miss her so much na parang feeling ko may ibubuga siya. Na hindi niya naibuga. Diba? So there is this sayang moment, but it's part of the game. So if you're seeing Brigading na may ibubuga pa, that's not a reason for you to save her.
Yeah, I agree.
Kasi just like Lady Morgana, diba, nawala na ng tricks. It's just like with Brigading.
Nauubusan na rin ng tricks.
I don't know.
We love Mama Pao. This is not an attack to Mama Pao. It's just that, again, we're saying this because we are the consumer.
Viewing public.
Parang we are disinviting ourselves from future events of Drag Race.
Hindi naman. I think this is highly needed din. We're stimulating discussions. And I think the production won kasi pinag-uusapan talaga sila So,
so congratulations sa production.
Sayang lang talaga yung song. Pero either way, this is a double shante. So, abangan natin next week.
How can they support our channel? Blake?
Yes, if you're tipping your local drag queens, you can also tip your local reactors. We are on GCash, PayPal, and of course, Buy Me a Coffee. And of course, you can continuously support us. We are on Twitter and Instagram. That's at Matt Summer TV. And please do not forget to subscribe here on our channel, Matt Summer TV. Hit the notification bell on. My name is Blake.
And this is Harry.
And this is Kuya Matt saying, bruh, hey.
Bye.